Hi, I'm Elijah, and welcome back to another Kenco webcast, your #1 source for information on labeling and pricing products. Today, I'll be showing you how to properly load and maintain your Monarch 1110 series handheld label gun. If you find this video to be helpful, please click the like button below. Before we begin, let's familiarize ourselves with several key components of the gun. Let's pick up the gun with our left hand and take a look at the top. Right away, you'll notice the label housing assembly. On each side of the housing assembly is a circular disc that holds the label roll and relieves friction when the gun is properly loaded. 3/4 of an inch below the frame, you will see a small slot and 2 rubber rollers where the strip of labels will be inserted at the beginning of the loading process. You will also see the print head, adjustment dial, and nip roller. The nip roller will help apply the label to your product. On the right-hand side of the gun, you will see the ink roller assembly door. We'll be talking more about the ink roller assembly later on. On both sides of the gun, you will see the print alignment knobs. These will be used to adjust the horizontal printing position. On the front of the gun, we will again see the nip roller, and below that, a black pressure plate and several rollers. When we rotate the gun to the bottom, we will see an arrow that indicates where to feed the labels into the advancing mechanism. Now that we are more familiar with the various components, let's learn how to quickly and properly load the Monarch 1110 series labeler. Let's start by taking a roll of labels and placing it into the label housing assembly until it locks into place. Be sure to have the roll winding over the top towards the front of the gun. These blank labels in assorted colors can be custom printed with your information and are available through Kenco. Now, we're going to squeeze the trigger halfway with our left hand and feed the labels into the slot we talked about earlier until there's about 4 or 5 inches coming out of the front of the gun. Next, let's flip the gun and feed the labels under the black pressure plate and pull them down towards the trigger. Turning the label roll counterclockwise will remove any excess lining below the pressure plate. Now we'll need to remove a few labels from the liner before we feed the labels into the advancing mechanism. A quick and easy way to do this is to squeeze the trigger halfway and pull the label strip down until you've separated about 6 or 7 labels. Next, let's tear the label lining to remove the other labels so we have a nice clean start, and then we'll flip the gun to the bottom. Let's feed the labels into the advancing mechanism right over that black arrow while continuously squeezing the trigger until we meet resistance and the liner comes tightly around the front of the gun. Now that the gun is properly loaded, we will learn how to adjust the price. Now I'm going to show you how to adjust the dial on the print head. With the back of the gun facing you, we'll use our right hand to hold the gun and our left hand to grab the adjustment dial. Let's change the bands to our desired price by turning the adjustment dial. To move to the next set of digits, simply pull the adjustment dial and the adjustment indicator will follow you to the digit you are currently adjusting. When you have finished adjusting your label gun, be sure to push the adjustment dial back into the print head and you're all set. Now that we know how to properly load and adjust the Monarch 1110 label gun, let's learn how to change the ink roller. The first thing we need to do is twist the latch on the ink roller assembly door clockwise to the vertical position. Next, we need to pull the ink roller assembly door off. To do this, hold onto the latch to pull the door out, then grab onto the door on the left and pull it out. Now we need to release the old ink roller. Let's take a strip of clear label lining and fold it in half. Now we'll wind it around the ink roller, hold on to both ends firmly, and pull the ink roller out of the ink roller assembly. Once the ink roller is removed, we will get a replacement ink roller with its packaging and snap it right onto the ink roller assembly on both sides. Additional ink rollers can be purchased from kencostore.com. Now that our new ink roller is secure, we just need to replace the ink roller assembly into the gun. Replace the door by first inserting the right side, then letting the door pop into place. Let's secure the door by twisting the latch counterclockwise to lock it, and we're all set. Now I'm going to show you how to adjust the print location. For this part of the tutorial, we're going to need 2 standard American quarters or pennies. I'm going to use quarters. You'll notice the print alignment knob on the right side of the gun reads Hold. We will hold one quarter in the slot with our right hand and turn the gun over. Let's take the other quarter with our left hand and turn the print alignment knob clockwise. I suggest that you start with one click, dispense 4 or 5 labels to test your adjustment, and then turn it again as needed so you don't do too much at once. Continue turning the print alignment knob until the print is 1/16 of an inch from the right side of the label. This allows the label to dispense properly onto your product. Now that it's printing perfectly, we are ready to begin labeling. To label an item, simply pick up the gun, squeeze and release the trigger once, hold the price gun directly over the product, then just roll the label on your product and you're all done. This has been another Kenco webcast. For more information and outstanding prices on these products, visit us on the web today at www.kencostore.com or call us toll-free at 1-800-86-KENCO. For more product videos and tutorials like this, go to www.kenco.tv.